The Pennsylvania State Board of Pharmacy votes to bypass CDC vaccine guidelines, citing concerns about political influence. As President Trump considers deploying National Guard troops to other cities, Governor Shapiro says Pennsylvania is ready for whatever is thrown our way. This and more in the Week in Focus for the Pennsylvania Capital Star. First up, the Pennsylvania State Board of Pharmacy held a special meeting on Wednesday to vote on bypassing Centers for Disease Control and Prevention vaccine guidelines, citing concerns over possible politicization of COVID-19 recommendations. The board scheduled the meeting after concerns were raised by Shapiro, as well as doctors and pharmacists across the Commonwealth, that the federal panel's recommendations may be guided more by politics than by science. After a unanimous vote, pharmacists can now administer vaccines based on the recommendation of 3 medical professional societies instead of the CDC. CVS pharmacies in Pennsylvania have already received the latest COVID-19 vaccines and said they are ready to act with urgency to administer them. After the vote, Shapiro applauded the board's decision, calling efforts by the Trump administration to limit COVID-19 vaccine access outrageous. Next, as Chicago braces for a possible deployment of National Guard troops to its streets, Governor Shapiro criticizes Trump's use of the military in U.S. cities, saying that Pennsylvania is ready if the White House turns its focus here. He told Capital Star they've received no word that it's imminent. He added, as governor, we've invested millions of dollars in not only policing, but in community organizations that have helped bring down violent crime by 42%. This summer, Trump sent National Guard troops and Marines to LA over immigration protests. A California judge this week ruled it broke federal law banning the military from handling domestic law enforcement duties. Want to support Pennsylvania Capital Star? Sign up for our morning newsletter, like and share this post, or become a donor to help support independent journalism in the Commonwealth. And finally, more police and federal agencies are lowering education requirements as they struggle to recruit and keep officers, noting how the profession is changing. Over the past few years in Pennsylvania, both the state police and departments in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh have eased college requirements as part of a broader trend to address staffing shortages in law enforcement. But these changes aren't limited to local and state forces. The FBI, which for decades required a 4-year degree, will no longer mandate one for new recruits starting in October. In recent years, research has suggested that better educated officers are less likely to use force and perform better on the job. Some say that strict education mandates shrinks the applicant pool and shouldn't be the sole measure of what makes a good officer. For the Pennsylvania Capital Star, I'm Natalie Bencivenga, and this was your Week in Focus.